ABC7 News at 11 o'clock. A martial arts coach found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. That's before he could be charged with sexual battery on a 14-year-old.
Plus, the rebuild rolls on in the city of Northport 10 months after Hurricane Ian, the area where much of the city's recent work has been focused.
The indictment was issued by a grand jury of citizens here in the District of Columbia, and it sets forth the crimes charged in detail.
But first, special counsel Jack Smith announcing a third indictment of former President Donald Trump, this one for allegedly interfering with the 2020 election. Good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us here on this Tuesday night. I'm Rick Adams.
And I'm Brissa Bradfield. The 45-page indictment unsealed today describing the plot to overturn the 2020 election and ultimately lead to the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th of 2021. The grand jury charged Trump with 4 counts of conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction and attempting to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against rights, which in this case is conspiring to stop people from exercising the right to vote and to have that vote counted. Now, it also listed 6 uncharged co-conspirators who were not named along. Many of them can be identified, though, by the descriptions of their actions. ABC7's Washington News Bureau reporter Josh Rutlenberg has the latest.
Special counsel Jack Smith has charged former President Donald Trump with 4 different counts of conspiracy and obstruction.
The attack on our nation's capital on January 6th, 2021 was an unprecedented assault on the seat of American democracy. As described in the indictment, it was fueled by lies.
In the 45-page indictment, Smith says despite having lost, the defendant was determined to remain in power. So for more than 2 months following Election Day on November 3rd, 2020, the defendant spread lies that there had been outcome-determinative fraud in the election and that he had actually won. Trump's campaign released a statement saying this is nothing more than the latest corrupt chapter in the continued pathetic attempt by the Biden crime family and their weaponized Department of Justice to interfere with the 2024 presidential election. The indictment includes 6 alleged co-conspirators, but does not name them. Gray Television's national political editor John Decker says this indictment is unlike the others Trump is facing.
Being indicted on this particular case involving trying to subvert the peaceful transfer of power is clearly unprecedented, has never happened before in our nation's history, and that's what I think makes this case so unique.
In Washington, I'm Josh Rutlenberg.
And special counsel Jack Smith says his office will seek a speedy trial. Trump is scheduled to appear at the federal courthouse in Washington, D.C. at 4 o'clock this Thursday. And we turn now to the latest on an investigation into a coach at an Osprey martial arts school. That coach found dead inside his home after taking his own life. Sarasota County deputies had been investigating that coach for sexual battery on a 14-year-old student at that gym.
The sheriff's office saying they had probable cause to charge Lance Goodall. By the time they got to his home, they did find him dead. ABC7's Brigham Harris has been following this story. He brings us the latest.
Behind me is Venom Fitness Osprey in South Sarasota County, where a 32-year-old jiu-jitsu coach persuaded a 14-year-old student into sexual acts. For years, Venom Fitness Osprey, just off Tamiami Trail, was seen as a highly rated martial arts school. That is until last Friday, when Manatee County Sheriff's deputies found probable cause to arrest gym owner, 32-year-old Lance Darren Goodall, for sexually exploiting one of his 14-year-old students. But when they arrived, they found Goodall dead inside his home after taking his own life. Eric, a Sarasota County resident, saying he was affected by childhood abuse himself, nearly enrolling his son in the gym not too long ago. Now saying he's thankful for his own good judgment.
I mean, it definitely it hit me like, you know, what if that was my kid?
Law enforcement's findings say the victim's relationship began when they joined the gym back in October of 2021. Goodall requesting sexual favors less than a year later. One local high school football coach says this incident should never have taken place.
To whom much is given, much is required. So how you act, how you carry yourself, even things that you say out of your mouth, those things are important.
Moore is not just a coach, but a parent himself. He says there are things you can do to keep this from happening to your child.
Continue to be involved, to continue to be around, to continue to ask questions, not from a standpoint of being confrontational, but just being around, being aware of the communications between coaches and players, just being an active part of the process.
ABC7 reached out to Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. They were unavailable for comment today. They say the investigation is ongoing. In Sarasota County, Brigham Harris, ABC7, your local station.
And heading south of there in Northport, the city and residents continuing to rebuild from Hurricane Ian. It devastated the area 11 months ago. The city making thousands of repairs, but there's still more work to be done. Many residents are still waiting for new roofs on their homes.
And the city also has plans for other major projects like the storm water system. ABC7's Michaela Redmond was at Toledo Blade Boulevard today.
And she says that's an area where the city just finished repairs.
Blue tarps covering the tops of houses, with white sandbags helping keep it in place. This is still the reality for many houses in Northport, 11 months after Hurricane Ian, like Mac Joseph's.
Very frustrating. I wish they could have done this way before we even got close to hurricane season, but here we are now.
The scary part is, Joseph says they are already dealing with heavy rain because of rainy season kicking in.
That sometimes is a problem too, because I could hear it in the bathroom, and it worries me that we could end up having to worry about a flooded bathroom and all the water getting in there.
Meanwhile, the city of Northport working hard to fix damage. Since October 1st, almost 4,000 potholes have been filled, using over 65 tons of asphalt, all because of flooding from Hurricane Ian.
It breaks down the base under the road. It also degrades the asphalt as a whole. So a lot of those roads now are showing signs of that deterioration.
Director of Public Works Chuck Speak says they are still around 2 years away from getting back to normal, with plans to improve the stormwater system and removing blockages in the Myakkahatchee Creek, which is the main outflow of water for the city.
It collects water from about a 200 square mile watershed to the north, and it brings it right through the center of the city. So any blockage within that creek system backs water up into our waterways and our retention ditches.
While Joseph waits for his new roof, Speak says residents will notice the much-needed improvements on the roads. Joseph isn't alone. On his street, several other residents are still waiting. Now he tells me he spoke with insurance a few weeks ago, and he's hopeful he won't have to wait much longer. Reporting in Northport, Michaela Redmond, ABC7, your local station.
And Brissa, I know you're from Ohio, and usually it's the cold that causes these potholes, right?
And we saw that a lot. I lived in Erie, Pennsylvania before here, and we had a pothole patrol at my last station because they popped up everywhere from that weather.
Yeah, and I guess in these parts it's usually caused by the rain, right,
That's
Leslie?
right. That's exactly right. It's the rain, and that's why we have them everywhere. And it's important. You can report them, and a lot of people don't realize that. You can just pick up the phone and say, hey, you know, I mean, you pay your taxes to keep the roads safe. Well, let's talk about the tropics right now, since we're coming off a story about Ian. Right now, this is really losing steam. This is a disturbance we are following at this point. It only has a 20% chance of developing. When I say developing, I mean into like a tropical depression, anything tropical, over the next couple of days. Earlier today it was 30, now it's down to 20%. It's a low pressure system. It's basically going to merge up into a frontal boundary. At one point, though, it did have a 70% chance, but it's really petering out, and that's the only thing that's really working in the tropics, and that's the central part, of course, of the Atlantic Ocean. So let's talk about the Saharan dust forecast since we're on the tropics. Well, we don't have any over us like we did say last week, so this is allowing a lot of moisture to develop over the peninsula and helping us with increased rain chances. And as you can see here, Wednesday expecting to get some rain. And as we back up there, you can still see that we have it in the good areas that we really want it, that's for sure. That's coming off the coast of Africa, and that's why you see the rain and precipitation sort of underneath it and where it's not, because it helps dry out the upper levels of the atmosphere. So as we look at this, you can see a little bit dry, but then we'll get a lot more moisture in Wednesday, Thursday. Dry out a little bit on Friday, then it comes back Sunday. Rick?
All right, Leslie, thank you. Paul Rubens reflecting on their fond memories of him. Rubens was a major star whose character Pee Wee Herman lit up the screen, but for many in Sarasota, he was just Paul. When they heard of his passing after a 6-year-long battle with cancer, many stepping up, sharing their favorite memories. ABC7 did speak with a former classmate of Paul's who was shocked to hear of his passing.
Yeah, Rick, he was just one of several people here on the Suncoast that was still hard to believe that he was even sick, as he did keep that to himself. To many, he was Pee Wee Herman, but to Suncoast residents that knew him, he was Paul Rubens.
He was extraordinarily funny and witty. He had a good acerbic wit, but also self-disparaging. He was a humble person, and he was a kind and generous person. And that's not something you see in the celebrity character he portrayed. But that's who he was as an individual.
Michael Hartenstein had been friends with Paul since their time in Southside Elementary School. They graduated together from Sarasota High School. Michael said Paul attended every class reunion.
And he was an extremely humble person, never was touting his celebrity. And I think that he enjoyed coming to Sarasota, reminiscing with his old high school classmates, and being in an environment where he could just be himself.
Michael said the two even shared the same stage back in the day. He said Rubens was president of the drama club and was recognized as the most talented member of their graduating class. And like many, Michael had no idea Paul was sick. Despite some controversy surrounding Paul, comments sharing memories have been pouring in on our Facebook page. Like this one, reading in part, "Sorry to hear this. Like him or not, he really was a unique character that made a lot of people happy. R.I.P. Paul, thanks for the laughs and escapes from reality through your entertainment. Sincere condolences to his family and friends." Yeah, he will certainly be missed. Well, still to come here tonight on ABC7 News at 11. A new law bans Florida public schools and universities, I should say, from spending federal and state money on diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. We'll explain what that means.
Plus, Nathan Benderson Park, the site of some classic canoeing this week, and some of those paddlers traveling thousands of miles to be here on the Suncoast.
School is starting soon in Sarasota and Manatee counties. Help us set Suncoast teachers up for success. Join ABC7 and Carl Reynolds Law for the Chalkboard Champions Day of Giving this Thursday. Stop by any of these Carl Reynolds Law locations to drop off school supplies or donations. Let's make sure all of our local teachers have the tools they need to succeed. Go to mysuncoast.com/chalkboardchampions for more information.
Good News Pest Solutions has been serving the Gulf Coast for over 35 years, and we want to give back to the community we love. Every other month of 2023, our team will wear different colored ribbon shirts to bring awareness to causes close to our heart. From human trafficking right in our backyard, to our troops serving overseas, drug addiction, pediatric cancer, and sadly, elder abuse. Help us give back by donating to a cause that touches your heart and the hearts of our Gulf Coast community. Good News serves.
It's lush green fairways that end at perfectly manicured greens. It's sand, water, and lines of trees to navigate. It's the miracle of planning that combines breathtaking natural beauty with legendary course design. It's Alabama's Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. Some say it's the best public golf on earth. Visit rtjgolf.com to plan your trip to the trail.
Okay, Dad, that was great, but on this next take, I'm gonna need more speed.
More speed.
More speed.
More speed.
Miles, we good on sound?
The best performance is high performance. Get offers on select vehicles at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Feeling from a backed up gut? Miralax works naturally with the water in your body to help you go. Free your gut and your mood will follow. For 8 grams of fiber, try new Mirror Fiber Gummies.
Meet Gold Bond Healing, a powerhouse lotion that moisturizes, heals, and smooths dry skin. With 7 moisturizers and 3 vitamins, you can pay more, but you can't get more. Gold Bond, champion your skin.
Welcome back. Back to school is just a couple of weeks away for college students. Ahead of the fall semester, Florida's public universities figuring out what they need to do to comply with a new state law. Students, including a group over at FSU, are hoping to get some answers.
This as universities are no longer allowed to spend any money on diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Our ABC7 Capitol Bureau reporter Cody Butler explains.
Students at Florida State University are worried about several programs, including the Black Student Union and Pride Student Union.
It's going to have unintended consequences. People want to leave now.
Cass Casanova is the president of FSU Students for a Democratic Society. Tuesday, she and other students met with FSU President Richard McCullough to talk about the future of these programs.
There are programs here such as the CARE program that are meant to, increase diverse populations at the school. But the truth is this bill is kind of unprecedented, so we really don't know what the effects will be.
Despite the ban on tax dollars going towards these programs, students here at Florida State University say they feel it's important that these programs continue.
There are plenty of LGBTQ students at Florida State, there are plenty of minority students at Florida State, and they feel scared.
In a statement, FSU says it is evaluating the new law to see what updates are needed or if the FSU Board of Trustees needs to take any action. It also says the Florida Board of Governors is also analyzing these bills and will issue guidance. Many businesses and other organizations invest in DEI training to promote diversity and inclusion. However, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis called DEI discriminatory when he signed the bill into law on May 15th.
This bill says the whole experiment with DEI is coming to an end in the state of Florida. We are eliminating the DEI programs. We are going to treat people as individuals. We're not going to treat people as members of groups.
North Dakota, South Dakota, Tennessee, and Texas also passed similar laws this year. In Tallahassee, Cody Butler, ABC7, your local station.
Says it is working on creating definitions and a timeline to implement this law.
Very well done. No, that's perfect.
Well, that is the sound of Manatee County's new commissioner, Raymond Turner, being sworn in today. Turner is taking over the rest of the term of District 5 Commissioner Vanessa Ball, who resigned last month. He will hold that position until the next election in 2024, when he says he plans to run again. Turner was appointed by Governor Ron DeSantis. He has been a resident of Manatee County for over 20 years, and right now he serves on the Planning Commission for the county, and he is also the secretary of the Manatee Sarasota Building Industry Association.
Sarasota's Nathan Benderson Park, the site of the 2023 American Canoe Association National Championships. The best amateur canoe racers in the country getting a chance to show off what they can do on the water. The event has been going on since 1924, and paddlers are here from all over the country, some driving a very long way, some coming all the way from Seattle, Washington, over 3,000 miles away.
This is one of the most important events we have all year, especially for our sprint athletes, and we are just so very grateful to be able to have it here at Nathan Benderson Park. It's one of the premier venues in the country, and the team here is so gracious and so helpful and so professional that we are just extremely grateful to be here and have our event in Sarasota.
And we are certainly glad to have everybody here on the Suncoast for this event. After Friday, the last day of the event, some of the paddlers will stay to train, then pack up again and head on over to Germany for an Olympic qualifier event.
Wow. Well, still to come here tonight, the ABC7 Sports Desk is back tonight searching for a special Suncoast athlete. We've got those details coming up after the break.
Is your AC not cooling? You ought to call Strata.
Your neighbor just paid an enormous amount for a new roof, but he didn't have to, and neither do you. Because RoofMax can add years of life to your current roof. $20,000 or more for a new roof, or as low as $35 a month for RoofMax. You decide. Any roof more than 7 years old should be roof maxed. We'll tune it up and treat it, making your roof like new. And the best part, we'll extend the life of your roof up to 15 years. Call now and we'll give you our $539 roof tune-up free with your Roof Max treatment.
When it comes to news, we know you're focused on what's happening south of the Skyway. So are we. ABC7 is your local station. All day long, we tell the stories of Sarasota and Manatee counties that are most important to you. We're focused on healthcare in places like Venice and Parrish, traffic on roads like Fruitville and Manatee Avenue, and first alert weather forecasts laser focused on where you live. That's our commitment to you, to serve the Suncoast. We're ABC7, your local station.
The doorbell rings, and I see this teenager outside. That was the end of my life as I knew it.
She shoots her in the face? What?
So my dad is Joey Buttafuoco, and my mom is Mary Jo Buttafuoco. The name might ring a bell.
Now, the story you thought could never get more surprising does.
Most people think they know this story, but they have no clue, and it's crazy.
The 2020 event, Friday at 9/8 Central on ABC.
Stay ahead of changing conditions with the ABC7 First Alert Weather app. Get alerts for severe weather, plus forecasts, videos, and current conditions wherever you are. Scan the QR code on your screen to download now. Sponsored by Mr. Sparky. Scan to learn how to navigate through the social media noise with MediaWise.
Hunger is a persistent problem in our area.
And many Suncoast citizens are suffering in silence.
It could be your coworker, your child's classmate,
or a friend fighting to secure their next meal.
You can help. ABC7 is partnered with Carl Reynolds Law and local food banks to help feed the Suncoast.
Go to mysuncoast.com/hunger and join us in this fight.
Help us.
Help the hungry.
Athlete of the Week is sponsored by Brian Sabali Law.
Yeah, all that sports excitement. The ABC7 Sports Desk has been out in the community for a new initiative called Athlete of the Week. Each and every week, we're going to shine a spotlight on one worthy athlete.
And ABC7 Sports Desk has been hitting all of the area schools, learning exactly what it takes to be an outstanding performer both on and off the field. Xavier McKnight tells us about our new Athlete of the Week initiative.
Teamwork, passion, drive. These are all key qualities of a great athlete. And every Tuesday right here on ABC7, we're getting into the game with our Athlete of the Week from right here on the Suncoast. Whether it's Manatee or Sarasota County, we're stepping into the action, telling the stories of those making a difference in the classroom, community, and all local sports. My partner here on the ABC7 Sports Desk, James Hill, and I, we had the chance to hit the streets and ask some of you what you believe an Athlete of the Week should exhibit. Let's take a listen to some of those responses.
I think the Athlete of the Week, whether it be male or female or whatever team it is, should really exude sportsmanship. Not necessarily have to be the best, quote, player on their team, but really all for one, one for all, and show some leadership on the team. That's most important.
I think really within our program, we look for kids to be leaders in the classroom, leaders at the school, leaders in the community, and leaders on the field. It goes to discipline and being a great teammate, things like that. So that's really what we're looking for.
I think a student that exudes the qualities of self-discipline, hard work. A lot of them have this heart that you see on and off the field. I was a former teacher, and I see these students just, they don't even realize they're doing it, but they reach out and help their fellow student. They're always on time, usually early. They work hard in all areas of their life.
And we're going to leave the nominations up to all of you at home. We're leaving this up just to you. You'll just go on our Share It tab on our website. That's mysuncoast.com. And that's where you can click and submit your favorite local high school student athlete for us to see. Reporting in studio, Xavier McKnight, ABC7, your local station.
All right, looking forward to that. And by the way, congrats to our women's team for making it to the knockout rounds. Can't wait for that to happen with U.S. Soccer. All right, let's take a look at our Cumulus Kitty forecast, folks. And I'd like to thank Mark Ratliff for sending in this adorable picture of Pico, who loves to sit by the window and take in the sunshine in Sarasota. So we have a little bit of a chance for rain around 1 a.m., but mostly it's going to be cloudy tonight. But the rain chances come back tomorrow. I've got the details, so stay with us. We'll be right back on ABC7.
Time and Temp brought to you by the man of your dreams.
Hot buys with 12 months no interest financing. This Chase sectional $17.99. A fabric reclining sofa $7.99. This special purchase sofa $5.49. A two-tone bedroom $6.99. This cottage bedroom $8.99. A classy bedroom $11.99. This marble dining $5.99. This glass counter dining $5.99. Pick up today or next day delivery available.
And save big.
Being in a car accident can turn your life upside down. I'm Mark Anajar from the Law Office of Anajar and Levine, and we know firsthand how a car accident can leave you injured with mounting medical expenses. And with so much information out there, choosing the right attorney can be overwhelming. We encourage you to read our reviews and learn about the many people we've helped take back control of their lives. Call us at 1-800-747-FREE for a consultation.
All day long, we tell the stories of Sarasota and Manatee counties. That's our commitment to you, to serve the Suncoast. We're ABC7, your local station.
All right, taking a look at the current temperature out there, 84 degrees. The winds are out of the north-northwest, about 5 miles per hour. The feels like temperature, not too bad, at 93. We do have a lot of humidity out there, and that's what's rising that feels like temperature. As we look into the next few days in the headlines, it's going to be hot and humid, and also the heat indices are going to pretty much rise right near and teeter on that heat advisory level. I'll have more on that coming up. And then the wind pattern is actually going to shift Thursday to an easterly wind pattern. That might bring a little bit more rain to us along the coast, where we certainly need it because we're in a severe drought here along the Sun Coast. Meanwhile, we've got some rain to the north of us. It's going to peter down, but it'll lose a lot of energy. So we do have a slight opportunity for just a pop-up shower or two overnight from 1 to about 3 a.m. and maybe even along the coast as well. And then the clouds will clear out, and then by the morning you'll have a pretty decent commute here. We're not really looking at much rain except maybe a coastal shower or two, so boaters should keep that in mind. And then by the afternoon, those rain chances come back around east of I-75 and also over here in the inland areas. Most of that westerly wind will push those storms inland, but that changes on Thursday, and we'll have an easterly shift, and so hopefully we'll get more along the much needed areas of our coastal Sun Coast. So look at these lows though. As we move into Thursday morning, we're actually going to be in the upper 70s on the coast and the mid 70s inland. That'll be nice. But tomorrow our high is going to be right around 93. Again, most of the rain will come in the afternoon, but the feels like temperature, I just want to show you here as we look at the timestamp, 10 a.m. is already going to feel like close to 100, and then it'll actually go up to 108 around 4:30, and then 101. It dips down really quickly after 5 o'clock. But that's, again, right near that area where they tend to give us a heat advisory, issue one, so we might see that tomorrow. Chances of rain, 60% inland and east of I-75, about 40% tomorrow along the coast. And as we look at those rain chances, again, most of them will occur between that to 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock hour. Rainfall, well, we're not going to get as much as we need, but we'll take it, right? Whatever we can get. Maybe upwards of 1.5 inches in Sarasota by tomorrow evening. You know, maybe ½ an inch, Port Charlotte, a little bit close to that in Northport, and just under an inch here in Mayaca City. So as we look at the boating forecast, I just want you to watch for storms. Again, maybe a coastal storm in the morning, and then most of them will come in the afternoon in the inland areas. Winds are going to be out of the north and out of the northwest, about 5 to 10 knots in general. And the European Futurecast, well, we've definitely got an opportunity for some rain here. So as we look at our 7-day outlook, the temperatures are going to be in the 90s. Let's say 93 for the next 7 days, but 60% chance of rain tomorrow, 70% Thursday. Gets a little drier Friday and Saturday, and we're back up to 60%. Hopefully we're going to get more right along the coast, which is exactly where we need it. We'll be right back.
The 7-day weather forecast is brought to you by the Gettle Automotive Group. Gettle's got it.
Summer memories and Mickey D's go together like family and fun and fries and refreshments. Soak up even more memories by saving time and ordering ahead in the app. Order in the app and get 30% off. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Calling all chefs and foodies. Show the Suncoast your favorite dish. Go to mysuncoast.com and click on the Share It tab. Then upload pictures, ingredients, and instructions. Who knows? Your recipe might just end up on TV. What's cooking, Suncoast? Sponsored by Kaiser University.
When somebody has been injured in an accident, the most important thing that you should look for in the lawyer is to make sure that they have the experience to pursue the case. My name is Doug Bernetti, and I'm the founder of Bernetti PA. I like representing the underdog.
ABC7 is your local station for sports.
Tune in every night for the ABC7 Sports Desk.
The week's biggest matchups, play-by-plays, and the area's best student athletes getting you into the action.
Sponsored by Brian Sabali Law, right here on ABC7, your local station.
Days before disruptive weather hits the Suncoast, the ABC7 First Alert Weather Team is on it.
We're on it when it matters to you. We're on it when it means something real in your life. We're on it from the dark to the light, every day, every night, no matter how long it might take. We're on it, yeah, yeah. We're on it.
Well, let's hope somebody is a billionaire tonight.
Yeah, it's not me. I have zero chance of becoming a billionaire.
Me neither.
Zero also, because I didn't get
Really?
I saved my couple bucks.
Do you know who usually does get them is Bob's. Maybe he'll share his winnings with us. Yeah, he's always good about going to get them.
Yeah, but we do hope somebody out there is a billionaire tonight.
Yes, and share it with your local TV
Yes.
station. If you do win, have a good night.